This is Vegemite, maybe one of the most iconic ingredients in Australia. There's also Mermite, which at least to me both are quite similar. But if I'm being completely honest, if you've never tasted this, it has a very acquired taste. And today's experiment was requested 100% by you. But first, I want you to understand what Vegemite tastes like. And the best way I know how to eat it is like this. You want to toast up some bread, add a good amount of butter onto it, then immediately add the Vegemite. You don't want to overdo it though, because Vegemite is extremely powerful and the taste is hard to explain. Let me show you what I mean.
Cheers. Wow, that's strong.
Oh my God, it's so salty.
That is really, really sour.
I'm crying. I have legit tears in my eyes.
The best flavor in this plate is the bread right now.
What is that?
It's really not a bad flavor. It's just really salty.
It's not sweet, very sour, somewhat savory.
It's not good. I wouldn't put it on any other toast. I wouldn't put that on anything.
This is a no-go for me. No, thumbs down.
As you can clearly see, it did not go well. But at least to me, it's salty, slightly bitter. It has a malty taste with a lot of umami similar to beef bouillon. At least that's what I think. You know that can go very well with steaks. So I have a feeling that this is going to turn out okay. At least that's my hope. And in order to run this experiment, I went ahead and grabbed 3 beautiful steaks. As you can see, they have great marbling. They are 1.5 inches thick and perfect for today's experiment. Now the question is, how am I going to be using this ingredient? Well, the first thing to do is to season the steaks. For that, I kept it pretty simple. A good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Once that was done, I grabbed some Vegemite, add that to the bowl, and as you can clearly see, it's very thick. To thin it out, I just added a tiny bit of water. That way it became a spread, much easier to work with. So for this specific steak, I went ahead and slathered a good amount of it. I'm talking about a ridiculous amount. You gotta remember one thing. I want to make sure that if this is going to help the steak taste better, I want to fill it. Oh yes, because once it was completely covered with it, I went ahead and threw it in the bag, vacuum sealed it, and it was now ready for sous vide. The second thing I wanted to try was a sauce. My thought is combining the umami flavor of Vegemite is going to be perfect. And here's how I did it. Into a saute pan, I threw in some butter. As soon as it started melting, I added some ginger, mixed that up a little bit, and immediately added some green onions. As the onions started caramelizing, I went ahead and added some Vegemite, followed by some beef stock. Then I stirred and let it reduce. And as it was doing so, I added some black pepper and salt, because once I was happy with the consistency, my Vegemite sauce was done. Nice and easy, super simple to make, and I'll be adding this to the steak in the end. Because the only thing left to do now is to vacuum seal the other 2 steaks, because as you already know, one will be the control. That way we're going to be able to tell if Vegemite is going to be an improvement or not. As now that the steaks are ready, into the sous vide water bath it goes at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. And hopefully they're going to come out delicious. Because as that was happening, it was perfect because that allowed me time to go ahead and make this, today's side dish. I can guarantee you friends, it will please everyone because this is my take on curry bread. The best part is that to make it, it's super simple to do, and here's how. The first thing to do is to add some avocado oil to the pan, followed by some butter. As the butter was melting, I threw in 1 stick of cinnamon, followed by 2 star anise. Mix that up a little bit and immediately added garlic, followed by ginger, and mix the whole thing up. But I needed to add some heat, so I threw in a pepper and then some white onion. Mix that up and combine everything together, as now it was time to add some thyme, followed by tomato paste. Mix that up and bring everything together. I wanted to make it extra spicy and flavorful, so I added some red pepper flakes, followed by garam masala, some Kashmiri chili pepper, then some curry powder, followed by turmeric, coriander, and fennel powder. Mixed everything together because now it was the best part, and that would be beef. You can literally use anything you like. For this one, I'm using picanha. I'm gonna make this real delicious because after mixing everything up, you want to go ahead and add some water, stir and make sure nothing is stuck to the bottom. As to thicken up the gravy, I went ahead and added this, very finely shredded potatoes. Mix that up real good. Then for texture, I added some potato cubes. Covered the whole thing up, let it simmer for about 20 minutes. As in the end, I was left with an incredible gravy. Now to plate it, and instead of using a bowl, I went ahead and grabbed these breads. Cut the top out, remove as much of the inside as possible, fill the whole thing up with a generous amount of the curry, and once that was done, I needed some extra color and flavor. So I went ahead and added some vegetables, which was quite simple to make. Into a bowl I threw in some red onions, followed by cucumber, cilantro, some tomatoes, a generous amount of olive oil, mixed that up real good, and it was ready. It is as simple as that, because this is today's side dish. And I can tell you one thing friends, it will please everyone. But But remember, it's spicy. Oh yes. But most importantly, extremely flavorful. You just wait and see what happens. Because remember what today's experiment is all about. Talking about that, by this time my steaks were fully cooked. So I went ahead and removed them from the bag, pat them dry really good, and just like every sous vide steak, they don't have a good crust. And we're gonna fix that real shortly. As I know my steaks don't look that good right now, but watch this.
All right, everybody, and here we got our beautiful steak with an incredible side dish. What do you guys think, gentlemen?
I'm not sure which looks better, Guga, the steaks or the side dish. They both look freaking delicious.
I gotta say, the side dish look pretty, everybody. It look a little sexy, let's just say it like that. Without that being said, enough talking, let's give this a go. We're gonna start in this direction, gentlemen. Please dig in.
Ooh.
What do you smell, Leo? Do you smell like something?
It smells very good.
Well, let's find out how it tastes. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh man, oh man.
It's been a minute since we had a good sous vide steak.
Wow, that tastes phenomenal to me.
Is this a Guga Foods video or a sous vide video? Because that crust is perfect. It's delicious. The steak is perfectly cooked. This is fantastic.
So as you guys can tell, there's not much difference. That's the control. Now my question is it gonna go up from here or down? So enough talking, let's go to the second one. Please dig in, gentlemen, let's see.
I definitely smell a difference. There's
You do?
There's something here.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a char smell.
Well, let's find out if it tastes any different. Let's see. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I tell you one thing. You know what? I'm not saying nothing. What do you think?
I prefer the control.
You prefer the control?
That's what I'll say.
Really?
This steak has a very powerful crust. It's almost like it burned a little bit, but there's also a bitterness that comes with this steak that you didn't get on the control.
I'm getting that same bitterness.
See, like this, it tastes good. If you just cut,
You cut out the crust.
Bro, there's no
crust
way you
out.
just did that.
Oh
like
my
this?
God, did you destroy it? Show that part of the steak. Wow, absolute madness.
it tastes good though. It tastes very good like
Man,
that.
letter U.
You for unbelievable.
I'm surprised that it doesn't suck, everybody. It does not suck. It does not taste. Does it taste bad?
Now I'm surprised that it doesn't suck now that you said that.
It does not taste bad, all right? Yes, it has a little bit of bitterness, but at the same time, it does not taste bad. I'm actually happy with that because I cannot wait to find out how the last one tastes. But before we dig in this one, let's try the side dish with your veggies, my sir. Give me your honest opinion on this one. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Wow. Wow.
That is so good.
Are you all right, bro?
It's spicy.
It's a little bit spicy.
A little bit is an understatement. This thing got some heat on it, but it's so flavorful. It's like a wonderland of spices here. You can definitely taste the garam masala. It has a nice depth to it. It's savory. It's really good.
Are you okay, bro? You sweaty.
You know what? I started doing this now. I'm keeping some paper towels in my pocket for the video. 'Cause now you're making spicy now.
That's the thing with Indian food, you know, it has spiciness, but also a tremendous amount of flavor. With that being said, let's go for the last one. Please dig in. Yes, dig in. Make sure you get a little bit of that sauce.
Bro, that sauce smells so good.
Let's find out how it tastes. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
That's pretty good.
That's so... I don't even know what to say right now.
Do you enjoy it? That's my question.
I think that might be my winner. That's how much I enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah, that sauce is extremely flavorful. It tastes a little bit rich. It's almost like a gravy, but not as thick. A little bit more runny, but it has that kind of flavor to it. It's beautiful with the steak though, I gotta say.
Yeah, it does work well with the steak. It doesn't take anything away from the steak. It just adds. You still get that beefiness, a little bit more savoriness.
But you guys are right. This one is definitely a little bit more savory, more richness, and also more umami flavor. Which one do you like better?
Yeah, I'm going number 3.
Wow, what about you?
100% number 3 as well.
Wow, I am very surprised about your answer because I want you guys to try something. So I put something very special in these toothpicks. I would love for you guys to try it. Just try it out.
Cheers.
It tastes good, right?
Oh, that's horrible.
What is that, Angel?
Definitely Vegemite, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
is Vegemite.
God.
Shout out to all my Australian friends, everybody. By the way, this one was cooked with Vegemite on top. This one right here doesn't taste very pleasant whatsoever, okay? If you add just a little bit of the sauce, it tastes nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.